Hi everyone, it's Tanja from Tanja Kraus Horsemanship here, and today, I don't know what time it is where you are, it's evening where I am. So this evening or this afternoon, if you're in Australia, I wanted to just share with you a little thoughts from my walk. It's actually from my drive today. I've done a fair bit of driving heading back to LA. I fly out of LA tomorrow and head to New Zealand. So I'm really excited about landing in New Zealand in the next couple of days. So while I was driving, what I was thinking about was, I always think about our horses and our training and how what I do in normal life, how it relates to our training. So I've been staying at 8 and Deb's place, and in the bunkhouse where I am, I didn't have Wi-Fi, and I didn't have TV, and I didn't have anything. So once I read all the books that were available to me in the bunkhouse, I started playing Sudoku on my phone, and it got me to thinking today on my drive how even if I choose a difficult Sudoku to do, I will keep going and keep trying to solve that problem. And I will keep going because I know that there is a solution to it. So that's a factual piece of information that I know when I first open the puzzle on my phone. I know that there's a definite solution to the puzzle. And I also know that there's a definite way to figure that out. So there's a pathway to get to that solution without using the hints or without using any other assistance. And what I was thinking of today when I was driving down here was how that relates to our horses, or how that relates to how we should be training our horses. So those of you who have participated in clinics with me and things like that, you know that we're always showing our horse a pathway that there is always an answer. So my horse Cooper, that's been with me for a long time and that knows me very well, even if I present to him something that is quite challenging or something that's difficult for him to understand, he will immediately know that there is a solution to what I'm asking him to do. That's just a given, because every single time I have presented that horse with a cue or a question or anything, that horse is always thinking, okay, I know there's always been an answer in the past, and so my experience tells me that there's always an answer. And so as you move along through your relationship with your horse or through your journey with your horse, if you are constantly always making sure that there's a way for him to be correct or there's a way for him to have the right answer, he will get used to the idea that there's always an answer for him. So it will cause him to get like the way that I am with the Sudoku. Even though it's hard for me to do, I'm sitting there going, I know there's an answer. I don't give up because I know that there is a correct solution for the Sudoku. So the way that relates to our horses is, I think we need to take it back to when we first start doing something with our horses, and this should be every single interaction. We need to get to the point where every single interaction with our horses, we are well aware of what the outcome is that we desire. And I know that sometimes we go and catch our horse out of the paddock and we've got a desire in mind, or we've got an agenda in mind in terms of, oh, today I'm going to show him how to do flying changes or whatever. We've got that bit under control. We know what it is that we would like to work on. But when we're in a training phase, so not in respect building and not in relationship building, because both of those areas are areas that you wouldn't really have an agenda, you'd just be looking for somewhere positive to stop. Once you get into training phase and you're looking for somewhere positive to stop, what you need to understand is that every single interaction that you have with your horse, from the time that you catch him out of the paddock to the time that you start teaching him flying changes, you've been applying cues and you've been giving him questions for him to answer. So if you're consistent in whenever you apply a cue to him, that you know what the answer is that you want, the horse will soon learn to start seeking that answer and looking for that answer. So I guess what my thought from my walk is today, to summarize it, is make sure when you're interacting and communicating with your horse that you're like the Sudoku master. You know exactly what the solution is to your problem, or to the cue that you're asking your horse to react to, make sure you know what it is that you want your horse to do, so you're able to, one, offer him hints along the way, because even though we like to challenge ourselves in puzzles and things like that, and we might not like to use the hint function, using the hint function with our horses helps us to develop a relationship. We're helping him along the way. So it causes our horse to get into a mind frame of always looking to us for hints and looking to us for solutions, and understanding that they can remain confident and calm during the process, because there is always a positive outcome and there's always a solution to be had. I think a lot of us, not necessarily a lot of us, I have observed a lot of people working with their horses, and they might hit a crossroads, or they might hit a challenging situation where I don't even think the person knows what they want at the end of it. They just start, banging on the horse or kicking him or doing whatever it is that they need to increase pressure. I think we're all very, very well versed in increasing pressure with our horses. But I think that when we get into those frustrating situations where we do increase pressure, that sometimes we forget about offering the horse a hint or offering the horse a bit of release or relaxation when they're heading towards the goal that we're after. So that was the thought from my walk today. I hope everyone's having a great time. If you're watching from New Zealand, I look forward to seeing you within the next few weeks. If you're watching from Australia, I'll be home just at the end of March, and then we've got 2 clinics in April. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you there. I know a lot of you have contacted me and are coming along to those clinics. So I really look forward to seeing to you all. And I hope everyone's been having a great time with their horses, and I will see you soon. Bye.